Okay.
All right.
So, you were saying earlier that you didn't think you remembered all your tickets, but I do, because I was there for all of them, I believe.
First off, I haven't been, man, I don't even want to say this, because the moment I say it.
Desk. It's a wooden desk for a reason, man.
Now what?
Because wood's my favorite. And it's lucky to knock on it.
You know what I'm going to say? That I don't want to say?
You haven't had a ticket in California.
In a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Even before that. Maybe it is California.
I've had a ticket since California because the very first thing I accomplished after crossing the border into California was getting a ticket, which is on our road trip video.
Road trip songs video on the Rent Link channel. So yeah, now that I've said it, I'm gonna leave here today and get a traffic ticket just to get it over with. But back when I was a fledgling driver, I know it's hard to believe, hard to imagine I would be this way, but I was a very impulsive person.
Yeah.
Who would just like do things with my vehicle that
were ill-advised.
Were ill-advised. Like coming back from your house with Heather Wilson in her car and me in my truck. We're going up the road by the Little Dino's, 2-lane road there in the middle of Bowie's Creek. Dino's. Crawling with cops. Like
just waiting. That's all they're waiting for is traffic violations.
And I thought it would be cute to pass her. I thought it'd be cute to get home before she got to her house by passing her illegally
on a double yellow line in the middle of town,
yeah.
Like not a place for passing.
And I believe it was twice because we leapfrogged each other. I pulled her, I skipped her, she skipped me, I skipped her again, and then whoop, whoop, the lights came on immediately.
Was it Campbell Security?
No, this is a state trooper, and then I had passed her a second time, so I was like, yes, she's getting pulled, I'm out of here. And then the cop pulls over, did what we did. Acted like he was passing her to pull me over. So then I'm like, man, he's getting me, not her. And then pulls me over and then stays in the other lane so that when I pull over, he makes her pull over too. He pulled both of us over like a tractor beam.
Yeah, and then you both got a ticket for passing and a no passing.
He doled out justice like a ripe pine. I've also got, and that was leaving your house, so you weren't there for that.
Right.
But I probably called you.
Myrtle Beach. I was there for that one.
That was driving too fast for conditions, which we were cruising down the strip of Myrtle Beach with some, I'd say at least 20 foxy ladies in the back of my pickup truck, in the bed of it.
That was exactly. There was 5.
Maybe 5
there
foxy
was
ladies.
5 girls.
And me and you in the front.
In the
seat.
front.
Why?
I don't know why I didn't.
Why didn't we switch out?
I couldn't even talk to him.
I know. And neither one of us.
We
were talking to each other like we were chauffeuring foxy ladies.
And drove down the strip of Myrtle Beach, and then
I was looking at the foxy ladies, and there was like a 6-car length gap in front of me and the next car. And you don't do that when cruising. You gotta like cruise with me, baby. So then I gunned it to get up there. My truck doesn't make that noise. It's more like a because it's like a 1997 4-cylinder Nissan pickup. 1997. So then I got pulled over by a golf cart.
Yeah, right.
And I got too fast for conditions.
They didn't say anything about the girls, though.
The girls bailed.
The girls did leave as soon as the golf cart pulled up.
Well, once the golf cart was there, they were out.
I'm not going to be with a criminal.
They were out, man. Boy, that would have been an awesome night.
But the best one.
That would have been a great night.
The best one ever was when my brother's. He was wrapping up his freshman year at Carolina.
He and Badgett Womble.
They were rooming together, and we went up there.
Badgett Womble's dad and family owned the hardware store in Lillington.
Womble and Sons.
If we ain't got it, you don't need it. I think is what it says on the sign.
It says if we don't. I mean.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't lean too hard into it.
Right.
So he had a lot of pressure treated lumber that they took up there and
made a loft.
Made a big loft.
That was
like 4x4.
And then I got a call from my brother. He was like, "Can you bring Link's truck up here so we can bring the loft back home?" We're like, "Sure." And so we take the loft apart. We're bringing it out. I mean, 4x4s, large pieces of wood, piece by piece, essentially bringing it out, laying into the bed of the truck. And then Badgett has a rope, and
of course he does.
He begins tying it down, and he tied it around the loft and then underneath the truck, the whole truck.
It's like he bound it to the truck like
and we
this.
were like juniors or sophomores in high school, so we were like, okay, sure, this is a great idea. Now, important piece of information, the rope was a nylon rope.
Yeah.
You know, one of those that's made from plastic, tying it under the car.
So we had to come back on I-85. So we're talking like
40.
Highway 40? Yeah, we weren't on 85. But it was, how many lanes are we talking? We're talking 6 or 8 lanes.
It's an interstate.
Interstate.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I haven't told this story in a long time.
Well, I remember.
I remember
very vividly.
We're driving down the road, going, I don't know, 80 miles an hour, and which is too fast for conditions. And then we just hear this like weird, yeah,
like a rope snapping.
And then I look in the rearview mirror, and every part of the loft is.
Well, but before that happened, the loft was sitting. He's like, here's the cab of the truck, and the loft was sitting like this in the back, so it was getting a lot of pressure underneath it.
It's like a sail.
So when it said, the biggest piece of the loft flew off into the air, and then landed in the middle of the road. And I looked in the rearview mirror or the side mirror, and sparks were going everywhere because all the bolts. The metal bolts of the wood, because it was still going. It was following us.
You know, it's like
just sparks going everywhere.
The reason why it came loose is because the nylon rope was tied against the muffler. Which gets hot.
Yeah.
And melts nylon rope. And
the
then
exhaust goes all
after
the way
that,
there.
all the other pieces started flying off too, and
then other vehicles began to hit the pieces of wood.
Yeah, and
including an 18-wheeler that ran over the main piece.
Disintegrated. It was just like fireworks and wood in the air. And we pull over into the median, so not on the side of the road, but in the middle between the 2 4 lanes of interstate.
And that's when I look back, and people are just dodging this thing and coming around the corner, pulling into the median. Like some people are stopping and like they've hit the thing and damaged their vehicle, so they're pulling.
Yeah,
I think
one woman in like a Beamer was like hit it, and then like comes and lands right behind my truck. We look at each other, and we get out of the truck and start walking up.
Yeah.
And then when all these vehicles start coming at us, we get back in the truck, I think, at that point. But then a sheriff's deputy pulls over. He's like, what the? You know, and I think he tried to be gracious. And then the 3 of us got out and started running out in between traffic and pulling the pieces of the loft to the side of the road. And I was like,
well, there wasn't much left.
This guy's the nicest guy ever. He's helping us do this, and then I'm just going to get back in my car and drive away. No. But that didn't happen. He gave me a ticket, which was officially called failure to secure my load.
Yes. That was...
It said that on the ticket.
That wasn't your load.
Failure to secure load.
Your load. Load.
I didn't say.
And
it wasn't my load. It was Cole's load.
And you got and then your insurance had to pay for that BMW to be fixed.
Her computer.
Because
it stabbed her computer.
A piece of wood just went into the underside of the car and hit the computer. There's a computer in there apparently.
Did I get other? I know I've gotten.
Well, those are the
6 or 8 tickets.
Those are the 3 weird tickets that you got. I mean, all the tickets that I've gotten have been just speeding. But I haven't gotten any of the weird, too fast for conditions.
And again, I mean, those are more memories that I made in my 1987 Nissan pickup with the Brooks & Dunn license plate on the front and the chrome wheels. When I went home over Christmas, I was spending time with my Nana and Papa in Lillington. And Papa, who doesn't talk a lot now, he kind of spoke up and he was like, "Nell, tell him about his pickup." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Well, your Uncle Ross has it." I'm like, well, I did the math. I was like, I got that truck when I was 15, before I got my license.
Right.
23 years ago. And you're telling me that he has this truck in his possession? He's like, yeah, they fixed it up. It works. It works nice. Put a new engine in it. Put everything. It's like the hull is the same, but so I was like, well, I'm going there. So we didn't have much time with the holidays, but I took some time and I went. And I sat in that truck.
Did you drive it?
And then I drove it. And then it was like a rush of nostalgia.
Did you get a ticket?
No. Unlike any I'd ever experienced before.
Did you secure a load in there?
I mean, yeah. All loads were secure.
Okay.
And like, the kids were in the car like wondering what Dad was doing, like at this strange house. No one was there. I just got in the truck and started driving it because in the country like that, he lives on a farm. You just the keys in the ashtray.
Right.
And so I started driving around, and I mean, it was amazing because you know all the memories that I've had in that truck, and you've had in that truck. Right?
Yeah.
It's cool that it lives on. I should buy it. I should bring it out here.
You should. You should drive it across the country.
Yeah, we'd make it a couple of counties. Oh man.
Let's do that and document it.
Yeah, it's had the same gear shift, same steering wheel, different
The
motor.
license plate is gone though.
License plate was gone.
Brooks and Dunn, you got to get that.
Yeah.
Call up Brooks and Dunn, see if they still sell those. Okay, I want to tell you a quick story. I haven't told you. I've been, we tend to do this. We were actually talking about this morning.
Right.
The way that we
You haven't told me, so you can tell me.
We save a story so that we can then tell it to each other on Good Mythical More. I've been wanting to tell you this so bad.
Tell it to me, Red.
Took a little quick trip to San Francisco, which I've never done before. I've never taken a quick trip to San Francisco for the weekend, but our friends...
like a one night, right?
One night. Our friends Lance and Lacey Hendricks of Beard and Lady have been in town, and they are the ones responsible for the lip balm that you know and love, and the beard oil that you know and love, and a new product that we can't tell you about yet that you will know soon and love soon.
I can tell.
Don't tell them about it, man. Don't tell them about it.
It's a and then you put it on.
That's what it is. You're gonna love it. But
peculiarly
so we
perfect.
decided to do something a little spontaneous. Lance and Lacey tend to be spontaneous. We were like, let's be spontaneous.
I wasn't there.
And I was
Wasn't
like,
invited.
Link would have been like, you're gonna go for one night? I don't want to do that, so I didn't invite him. So we were like, let's go up there. We're gonna take a flight on Saturday morning, and we're gonna take a flight back late on Sunday. And it was a celebration of. They invited us along to celebrate their anniversary, which was a little strange. But it was good.
They're
friends.
over here, by the way, so I can look at them.
And we went back to the place where Lance proposed to Lacey and ate at the restaurant. It was
Did they
great.
make it
I
weird
felt like
for you guys?
I felt like I was like a documentarian.
Were you filming it?
I took a lot of pictures. I got a new camera. I haven't told you about that either. But
No, I saw the camera.
I've been taking lots of pictures. Anyway, so we're having a great time, just enjoying San Francisco.
Hilly.
And then it's so hilly. And then I love all the hills. I love the change in elevation in a short time.
Very good hills.
And then it gets to be about 5:30 p.m. You know, we found out that our flight was delayed, and we were going to be coming back on Sunday night at like 10:30, and then we'd get back in LA. We'd be home at like midnight. You know, a little bit late for a school night, but hey, you know what? We're living large.
You don't go to school.
And but then we get a call from the airline. I feel like the airline should remain nameless at this point because I'm not trying to throw a whole airline under the bus at this point.
Right, and because they're plane
I'm
oriented,
saving that card.
they don't want to have anything to do with buses.
Yeah, they don't even know what buses are.
Right,
For-
buses with
for them,
wings.
a bus is a wing with wings, and it's
Right.
a plane,
Right,
Airbus.
and if they're under it,
So
probably
they say
okay.
your flight has been canceled due to weather. Interesting because the weather was great, literally the best. As Lance said, the best flying day of the year is the way that he described it.
so positive.
So we decided.
We're so upset.
We decided we're
Great hills, great weather.
We're gonna have to drive back because they said we cannot get you on another flight. We can give you a refund for the return, but we can't fly you out until tomorrow. I was like, listen, I got work to do. I got a show I got to do. We can't be doing this. We got to drive back 5.5 hours.
I've done it.
From San Francisco. And if you take the 1, of course, it takes a long time. That's a beautiful route. But if you take the 5, it is like driving through the Mad Max apocalyptic lands. There's nothing in that. Between Northern California and Southern California, there's nothing in the middle of the state. It is just nothing but a highway.
Well, there's crops.
Not even, but where we were, there weren't, I mean, of course it got dark, so maybe there were crops.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some crops.
They were in the dark.
But for a long time,
Like
right?
almonds.
South of San Francisco, it's not crops. It's just rolling hills with nothing on them. Just golden hills. Anyway.
In a straight interstate.
So, I'm actually going to ask Lance to come join us because Lance did something that, let's pull a chair up for Lance.
The brown chair.
And Lance did something that was very helpful. Welcome to the show, Lance.
Welcome to Good Mythical MORE. We'd never have on Good Mythical Morning.
Thank you.
This is not streaming nominated.
I got my beard balm over here.
Can you feel it?
I didn't put it over here because you were coming. I got Link's lip balm. Same, didn't put it over here. I just always have it.
Do you have
It's
some
great.
on you?
I have a new product secretly in my pocket.
Oh,
Really?
you got the new product?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's gonna make me nervous.
He does.
Listen.
I just touched.
Okay, so Lance, so we were like, we're gonna be on the road for a long time, and they had only given us a refund for the return trip, but we were like, Lance was like, why don't I just call? We've got time to kill, and I'm going to push customer service as far as I possibly can to see what we can get. How long do you think you were on the phone? An hour?
57 minutes, yeah.
Because
you looked at it.
Yeah, I looked at it.
The clock, the call has a clock. That's the beauty
yeah.
of it.
And so Lacey was looking up online. She was like, how to negotiate over the phone, and saying things like, you need to say things like, I feel like you're a person who can help me, and stuff. And then Lance just broke it all out.
Wait, are you telling me that like you're on the phone pushing as hard as you can, but Lacey's showing
Yeah,
you another
like,
phone?
yeah.
Like it has the wiki how?
Yeah,
for
use the
negotiate-
person's name, find out their number, be specific about what you're asking for,
And the
make them
person's name was
uncomfortable.
Sunshine. The person's name was Sunshine, and Lance kept saying, he was like,
Okay, Sunshine.
You got it?
All right.
You got it, Sunshine.
Really?
And it was just like, he sounded so
That's not
condescending,
true.
but her name was Sunshine. Not making
First
it
time
up.
he said it, you thought he was pulling out like another technique.
No, but so,
Call him Sunshine.
but Sunshine said, actually, before Sunshine, there was somebody else.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Well, Dawn.
They were from a different country, but then their name was Troy.
Troy. Yeah.
So then
But we think it probably was made
I
up.
asked him for his number, his employee number,
And then he started calling him number 49311. And he was like, okay, 49311. It was so great because Troy wasn't being very cooperative, and he was saying, my hands are tied, there's nothing I can do, and it's weather related, you can't get anything back. Because we were saying, listen, our plans have been ruined, we were gonna spend this time here, and now we were laying it out.
It's a skill
Well, you
I've
weren't, he was.
developed.
I was there, I was driving.
Oh, you were in the car. You were already driving.
Yeah, we were heading back
driving.
home.
So what was your goal? It wasn't
To get the
on
full
a plane.
refund,
Full
to get
refund.
the first leg refunded
Yeah,
as well.
or we're gonna, exaggerate, get us a credit, and then pull back, So it was serious.
Do we need to give you more of a cut of the lip balm? I mean, is it
No, we did it as an exercise.
Okay.
And it was going so well because he got from Troy to Sunshine. He was on hold for Sunshine for 30 minutes, and she kept saying, I'm finding a manager, because he was like, can I speak to Troy, somebody higher than Troy? Sunshine was higher than Troy. Sunshine was like, you can't speak to anybody higher. Lance said, you actually one time said, you promised me that you would get me from one place to the next, and you didn't. And that makes me sad. And I was like, yes.
Sunshine made
And
you sad.
Sunshine felt bad about it. And so Sunshine waited until she was like, I'm going to get
Was
you
she
somebody
weeping?
else on the phone. No, Lance started saying, should I cry?
Should I cry?
And he was practicing his cry.
It's a practice of stoicism, right?
Yeah, we've been talking
as
a lot
you know,
about
yeah, you want to show yourself angry, but you're not really angry
right.
and upset.
And so he's literally putting it on mute and practicing his cry. Which, how did that sound? You really got it down.
Wait.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was good. It was good. And there was
All
a
right.
little bit of a moan in there at one point.
Good to put it on mute before you do
But
that.
57 minutes into the freaking call, it got dropped before we got on with the new person.
Yeah, finally, I went.
She's like, I'm transferring
to
you
the manager.
I'm transferring you to somebody who might be able to help. And it got dropped. And he'd have given them the number so they could call back, but of course they didn't. Because once they drop you, and we were like, all right, let's enjoy ourselves. But now, the rest of the story. We stop at a barbecue restaurant in Patterson, California. What's called Apricot Wood Barbecue.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, let me say, really good barbecue. If you happen to be in Patterson, which I don't know
Right
how,
off the
I don't know
five or
how you would find yourself there, unless you're driving from San Francisco to LA. Right off the 5, in a little there's a couple of gas stations and like a Denny's in this place, Apricot Wood Barbecue Restaurant. And I love barbecue, no barbecue. They did barbecue right. We had an incredible barbecue
I
spread.
wonder if they use apricot wood from when they grow apricots there.
Possibly, Link. That's a really good observation and question. I don't know the answer.
Did you see any apricot
I did.
trees?
We had such a great meal. Jessie, my wife, my lovely wife, I think she was so taken away with the barbecue.
What?
That we get back in the car, Jessie goes to sleep. We drive 2.5 hours south towards Los Angeles. I get a text from Allie. who works for us, and she says, "Did you guys go to Applewood? Did you guys go to Apricot Wood Barbecue Restaurant in Patterson, California?" And I'm like, has the word gotten out already of how good it is and how much I enjoyed it? Because I didn't tweet anything about it. I did get a picture with 4 of the employees because they were fans. So I was like, maybe these guys like tweeted something or whatever. She's like, because they have Jesse's purse.
Oh.
Jesse had left her purse at the barbecue restaurant.
It's a sacrifice to the apricot barbecue
Now,
gods.
Lance, you were there. You can attest. When I found this out, I handled it very well.
Yeah, he was chilled.
I didn't overreact. I was just like, baby, everything is going to be okay. There's nothing to worry about. I was good. I was really surprised at how well I controlled myself.
I cried and moaned during those moments. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't take it very well that she had left her purse.
Did you get him on customer service again?
No. So
They were close.
anyway, and so then
How did they get Allie's number?
I'm so thankful that they knew who I was and were familiar with our content, because they were actually able to go to the contact part of the website, which goes to the management company, and they were like, we don't know how to get in touch with Rhett, but we have his wife's purse. And so then
They sent an email to our business address.
and the management company sent it to Allie and said, I don't know why they were checking on a weekend, but I'm so glad they were.
Wow.
And they
I don't want to give you any ideas, because if it's not a legitimate business request,
yeah.
or Rhett's wife leaving something somewhere, don't email
if it's
the
not
business
if it's
account.
not an emergency or a business thing, okay,
It will not be passed.
It will
to
not
us.
be passed along. But anyway, so
Wow. So you turned around?
So no, of course not.
Okay.
They have overnighted. They sent us the purse back. So
And I bet the purse smells like barbecue,
yeah,
which is great.
But-
You let it marinate there.
yeah,
For a day.
it brought a little bit back. So all in all, it was actually a good thing. I'm glad she did it. I'm glad.
Oh,
that
you
she
weren't
loved
glad
it.
at first?
No, I
I
wasn't
thought you
glad
said
at
you were
first.
cool with it at
Yeah,
first.
I wasn't. I didn't take it well. But thanks to the good people at Apricot Wood Barbecue, not only do you make great barbecue, but
Your customer service is out of this world.
You could have opened up bank accounts in my wife's name. You could have just used all the credit cards.
You could have used her like manicure kit
Of
on your
course,
own toes.
We would have known that it was you because where we left it. But thank you for not doing that. And if you happen to be in Patterson, California, you got to stop and get some of this barbecue. I'm telling you, they got the different sauces. They got it's good. It is some good barbecue.
Why don't you let the man
We had a
talk?
great meal.
I like the ribs.
Oh, you got the ribs?
Yeah, we got everything.
Pork ribs?
Yeah, pork ribs, and then we've got the Brussels sprouts were excellent.
Yeah. We brought some back too.
Yeah.
We got way too much. We brought so much barbecue back that she forgot the purse. That's
4 different sauces.
That's the way I see it.
Smoky, golden.
Had a golden California
Apricot
which
wood.
was like a Carolina sauce, like a South Carolina sauce. It was good. Just it's just unexpected. You just don't expect to get
Spicy
barbecue like this
coleslaw.
with jalapenos in it and chipotle.
Oh, but dang. You'd have missed
Corn.
all that
Yeah.
if you would have flown back.
Yeah.
Of course, I missed it all anyway. I know.
It was fun. It was so good.
It was worth it.
It was
It was worth every bit.
I'm proud of you guys.
Every bit of the headache.
So now in like a hostage negotiation situation, you're like qualified? I mean, how much qualification?
My wife trained me, really. I used to just say, take the phone, you cry, or you do something.
But you didn't get anything.
No.
You got dropped.
He got through multiple layers, and they kept saying their hands were tied. He got through 3 layers.
Went deeper and
I think
deeper.
we would have gotten to the CEO.
Yeah.
If we had stayed on, but he got dropped. I mean, you never know how far he got. Don't sell the man short. It was an amazing thing to witness.
When you're driving all the way back from San Francisco, that's the perfect time to like be.
It's the only
like-
time. And Lance kept saying, hey, listen, I'm investing a lot of time into this conversation, even though he had to keep putting it on mute because we were laughing at all the things that he was saying to get her to sympathize with him. But what he was talking about earlier is a real technique. You feign emotion in order to get things from people, but you shouldn't actually embody that emotion personally.
Because you lose control.
You don't want to lose control. So you can act angry, but don't be angry. act sad, but don't be sad.
Say, I'm very angry right now.
Yeah. No.
Don't say,
No.
like, don't yell.
No.
You yell?
You can act angry,
Yeah,
but don't
you
be
need
angry.
to make them push
they need
past
to
the
feel.
comfort. They need to feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
They should feel like you are angry.
Or, and you're like, hey,
if that's your angry, yell. You need to do it.
let's just stay and chat for a while. You know, what's going on while you're waiting, and just keep them on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, inconvenience them too.
Yeah.
And they said in negotiation, how would you feel if this happened to you, Sunshine?
Has this ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Where you're going on a short trip with your friends for your anniversary?
Wow. Wow. That's cool,
It was
man.
a beautiful thing to
That's
behold.
cool.